Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Shreya Dhondial. Can Russia be booted out of the United Nations? The idea is on the table, but Russia says it cannot be done because the UNSC, which means the United Nations Security Council, will need to give a go-ahead, and well, Russia is part of the UNSC. Why would they give a thumbs up to their own exit? So that is where matters rest. Meanwhile, President Zelensky's prediction of Russia not stopping at Ukraine is coming true. Kremlin is now warning Bosnia of Ukraine's fate if it even thinks of joining the NATO. 4 weeks on, at least 10 Ukrainian cities have been completely laid to waste. Kharkiv is under intense Russian shelling as we speak. Kiev is surrounded, and yet defying every military strategist's prediction, it is still standing. That is your debrief this evening. Live reports coming to you from Ukraine over the next 30 minutes. Let's start though with Russia's changed military tactics, where every civilian building in sight is now a target for airstrikes.
Death, destruction, and devastation in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol. As a cowardly invading force, frustrated by the dogged resistance of its victims, decides to target civilians. What was once the hub of culture and activity in Mariupol has been reduced to a pile of rubble in hours after Russian forces bombed this 3-storied theater. But this act of supreme cowardice goes beyond just the destruction of a theater. Ukraine claims that 1,000 to 1,200 civilians were seeking refuge here when it was destroyed by Russian forces. Russia has denied the charge of attacking civilians, but nobody is really buying it. A satellite picture released by Maxar reveals the word children, clearly marked on the ground in large letters to warn Russian jets away from the theater. Ukraine says it does not know if any civilians survived the raid because the city continues to be shelled. As many as 2,500 civilians have died in Mariupol alone ever since the war started.
The city is simply flattened down. It's shelling all the time. Planes fly over the town and drop bombs.
It's not just Mariupol. New satellite images from Maxar Technologies gives an indication of the massive damage done by Russian shelling to buildings in the city of Volnovakha. In Chernihiv, 53 civilians have been killed in just one day as Russian airstrikes have flattened the city.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky appealing to U.S. lawmakers at a turning point for his country.
But Ukraine isn't giving up, nor is its president.
We are asking for a reply, for an answer to this terror from the whole world. Is this a lot to ask for? To create a no-fly zone over Ukraine to save people?
In a rare but stirring address that received a standing ovation from the US Congress, President Zelensky appealed for more US action against Russia's attacks on his country.
Of your great nation, I wish you to be the leader of the world. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace.
The US president, moved by the appeal, promised more aid to Ukraine in the form of drones and anti-aircraft missiles, but also had some scathing words to describe the Russian president, accusing Vladimir Putin of committing war crimes.
I think he is a war criminal.
The president's remarks speak for themselves. He was speaking from his heart and speaking from what he's seen on television, which is barbaric actions by a brutal dictator through his invasion of a foreign country.
The brutal dictator in question, though, continues to remain defiant.
Да, сможет отличить истинных патриотов от подонков и предателей и просто выплюнет их, как случайно залетевших.
While hope is mounting of some peace talks, the realization is also dawning. It will probably be too little, too late. With inputs from our CNN colleagues, Ritanshu Bhattacharya for CNN News 18.